I wanted to push that a bit further and to have a physical exhibition.
Yeah.
And I haven't done that before. It was scary. I had no idea how to do it. But I wanted to pursue that. Whatever it was, I just wanted to show my
Yeah.
work. And there was a lot of back and forth from venues, trying to find venues, to how to figure out how I was going to finance this, because I was not just creating, now I'm creating to showcase, which means that it has to be ready. If I'm able to sell it,
Yeah.
I want to be able to sell it right away, right?
Yeah.
And so then quality wise, getting paint access, because now I'm not just exploring, right? I'm putting things together for a purpose. And so then the amount of paint I had to also explore with are limited. So then I have to buy paint. I have to buy quality paint that also stays longer.
Yeah.
And getting access to that paint was also another challenge. One paint, if you were to buy it outside, and here it's like 3 times, 4 times more the cost. And if you're putting together a show like that, also you need more of that. And that becomes difficult, right?
Yeah.
And then you have to do your own canvas. You don't particularly find it anywhere. Right now, I started to sell canvases, but before that, there was no place to also go and buy.
Yeah.
So you would talk to carpenters, you would go to town to buy canvas, and then stretch it out yourself. And all of that process also takes time, and it does not allow you to just pick up a canvas and paint when you feel like it. Right, so it takes time. It takes the delivery. Once you have it, the process of even finishing a piece takes time. So that's what the 2 years was about. And then we went into printing. Printing and framing here costs a lot more. So by the time I was almost ready also to put it out, and I had a trip to Ethiopia, and I was planning to do it in Ethiopia, to get the prints done in Ethiopia and then bring it here because of the prices. The cost is insane.
So you're willing to like travel and incur
Yes,
the
I mean,
cost
I
of
get to
travel.
see my family as well. But
Fair
it was
point.
almost like trying to figure out what is the best way
Yeah.
to do this. Because if I'm buying something for, let's say, if a frame is 180K, and then I have to think about how much I'm going to sell this art piece. And if
Yeah.
I'm going to sell it and somebody's going to buy it at that price. Because, and also imagine it is my first show.
Yeah.
It's costing me more than the production cost is more than what I was thinking to sell it. And then also if it exceeds that, am I going to sell prints and painting at the same price? Like even pricing is something we would have to talk about. Like how do you manage a show like that and still be able to create pricing that is I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right, that makes sense for the time that you've put in, for the work that you have put in, and even the material that you had to do, and also what makes it worthwhile for you. So there was a lot of consideration that I had to do. If I'm doing 7 pieces of ink work that is going to be printed, and one is costing me 180K, how am I going to be able to do 7 of that? Not to mention the rest of the art pieces that I'm gonna have as well. And so considering what your options are is a given. So if at the time I was planning to go to Addis anyway, so I did a lot more research to see what are the printing companies. There are also varieties as to how it can be printed, right? So if I print it as a canvas, it's different. If I do it as a poster, it's different. If I use the kind of framing that I use, the wood that I use for those framings, it's different. So at least if I'm able to provide some level of value within the money I'm charging also, then it's okay. It will make sense. However, if it is the bare minimum, but I'm charging X amount that it just does not match what you're also doing, then that also beats the purpose. So the purpose was to create as much value as possible and then have people own your art pieces. So yeah, that's why it took 2 years
Two
to
years.
try and figure out what that was going to be like. But even within that, right? So after I went to Addis and I did the printing, I ordered the printing and everything else. It didn't get delivered by the time I was going to come
Oh,
back. Yeah, there was a
that must
lot
have
of
caused
there
some
was a
panic.
lot of hurdles that also come in,
Yeah.
but my goal was to make sure that I have my art out there regardless.
Yeah.
And I could not be sidetracked by anything that could take the joy away from this.
Yeah.
So there was an active intention of just being like, no, refocus, recenter. We're going to do this anyway. There is fear that comes in also in the middle of just being like, no, you know what? Let me not do it.
Yeah.
That I had that moment. I was in Addis. I've created most of the collections already, and it's already in Kigali. I've had I was meant to have 8 pieces for acrylic, and I had 6 done, and then all of the black and white pieces were done, and they were just left to be printed, right? And I had 2 pieces that were remaining for the acrylic that I needed to finish.
Yeah.
So while this was happening, I had like this overwhelming fear that came over me and said, no, I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna put this out, because I mean, who cares? Who wants to see it anyway?
Yeah.
Like, why should other people care that you're doing this? You know, and obviously this is a conversation that you also have with yourself, right? Whether you call it imposter syndrome. I hate that word.
Yeah.
I hate it. I hate the whole concept. I don't think that's another conversation.
We'll
But
have that conversation.
but you see, and all of that, I saw it as an opportunity again to push out what I was gonna do.
Yeah.
So then I just posted a coming soon post.
Like now
I
people
said
will
now,
have to hold
now
me
people
accountable.
will exactly.
Yeah.
I cannot be the only one trying to do this and not and whatever, because anybody that's a friend of mine, that is a family member, they would come and they would ask you, but then whatever reason you would give them, they would allow it because they think you know yourself well, you know? So it's not an excuse. Nobody's going to tell you, oh, this is an excuse and you're hiding from it or whatever.
Yeah.
So then that means that is when you need to hold yourself accountable for those things. I said, I'm going to do this, so I'm going to put it out anyway. Coming soon. I don't know the date. I don't have a venue. I don't have anything, but it's coming soon. It will come soon. So that was it. Yeah. And then past that, once I moved, this was when I was still talking to different venues and everything, and galleries even. But then what I wanted and how I wanted to present this work, it did not fit in any of the venues. Yeah. It did not fit because it was either a home, or it felt like I could not isolate the art from, let's say, like the ceiling or how it's displayed. So I could not get how I wanted to present the artwork, could not
like
live in the space. Yes, the experience I wanted to create.
Yeah.
So I ended up going with Mundi Center. So I took one of the stores that was just bare and they didn't have clients there, and I took that as made it into a gallery. So that's usually like a rented space for a store or for an office space. Yeah. But it was empty, so I took it for 3 days. And I did a 3-day exhibition. And I did a program. I did a program for it as well. Yeah. Because I still had to rent the space. And the renting price I was willing to pay was for 3 days. Yeah. Because I didn't know what it was going to bear. I didn't know if I was going to sell. I didn't know if I was going to do anything. But I knew I wanted people to experience this work freely. To come in, to leave, to go up, to have some level of movement, and what's in that space is the art piece, and those are the main things that you come to see. And relatively, I've always loved to recreate this moment I had. My dad took me to this exhibition they used to have, like when I was very little. He used to take me to this exhibition in Sheraton Addis, and it had multiple artists, but the pieces were so big and I felt really small just looking at it, looking at something that was just so like up there. And obviously I was little then, But I kind of wanted to create that kind of experience also for people. And usually when you have it in the houses or in the galleries, it still makes it feel small. Like it's a bit more clustered,
Yeah.
right? And I wanted the piece to exist that was a bit higher, or that was a bit unreachable, but still reachable enough for you to engage with it,
Yeah.
but still feel small. So I had to take the place, and for me to do it the way that I wanted, then it meant I had to pay for the space that I wanted to create it in. So I will go back to that choosing. I was mentioning earlier. You have to make a decision every single time. If my goal is to showcase it in that way or to create that experience, there are things I also have to give in to. So whether it is paying a little extra for the space that can do that for me,
Yeah.
or if it is to partner with somebody who can bring that vision to life a bit more. So different things that can actually come in that allows me to share my work to the audience, as yeah, offer my work to the audience in the best way
Mm-hmm.
possible.
Yeah.